Here we are again, Jules.
Hi, Natalie. I'm so glad to see you today.
I'm so glad to see you today, and I'm so
Mm.
glad to see all of you today. Thanks for joining us on Drama Dump.
Yeah, we're so excited you're here because we love other people's drama.
We love other people's drama. We love your drama. We kind of love our drama, but we don't scream about it in public because then
No.
they'll put us away.
And that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jules, I think you're in charge of our story this week.
I did. I combed through our emails. Thank you all for sending in those emails.
Oh my gosh.
You're so kind to send us your drama that you need help with. We love
You know,
it.
some people hate notifications on their phone, but every time I get a notification on my phone, I'm like, oh, someone's thinking of me.
Isn't that nice?
Is it codependency? Should I go back to therapy? Only time will tell.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, this one starts out, Dear Drama Babes, like our one from a few weeks ago.
Have you all decided that we're babes? Because I love that. I do feel like a babe.
It's so kind of you to say that. We are so here for it. I recently learned that my parents spent my college money on my sister's wedding. I overheard my mom telling my aunt that they spent it because it didn't look like I was going to end up going to college. Like, thanks for thinking I'm too stupid for college. And my sister divorced 8 months later. I would love it if you could scream at her for me because she doesn't know I know.
Oh, we love secrets.
Sincerely, I'm not an idiot like my mother thinks. No, baby, we don't think you're an idiot.
No, we don't think you're an idiot.
Absolutely not.
Clearly you were smart enough to sneak around your own home and eavesdrop.
I mean, it takes a lot of human understanding to
Yeah.
know when to tune in and when to share
A lot
the
of
gossip.
a lot of humility to hide in the shadows and be like, is my family treating me the way that they should?
Right, right.
You chose to not bury your head in the sand about the actions of your own family.
Yeah. Well, Natalie, are we ready?
You know, I can just feel the rage burning and bubbling in my gut.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Me too. All right, here we go. It's time to
Okay, so here's what I can't understand. How are you not fucking smart enough to talk shit behind someone's back without knowing whether or not they're in the goddamn house? Number one, we have cell phones. Fucking text your shit to someone.
that too. How fucking dare you assume that your child doesn't want something, so you took what was designated for that said child and gave it to another child?
So many HR departments make us answer so many fucking icebreaker questions, and yet we refuse to ask one another questions when it counts.
That speaks volume to what your parents think about you. And baby, I'm going to tell you right now, we know it's wrong.
We
because
know.
that is not okay.
That's not okay, because here's the thing. Maybe you didn't want to go to college. Hell, at this point, I'd tell you not to. It's a big bill for not a lot of payout.
Right.
But the fact that no one thought to ask you as if you were a living, breathing, thinking person in their lives, they just decided that your future was in their hand and they knew what was best for you, even though they don't think the best about you.
It's the lack of consideration for a human life that didn't ask to be here, but you, mom and dad, brought to the world anyway. How dare you? How dare you? And then to be slapped in the face with the fact that that marriage lasted 8 months.
8 months. So shame on your fucking sibling for even asking for the money. Let's talk about wedding culture. I understand that as a woman, it used to be that the only stock I held was my vagina and the prospect of marriage. And I get it. I used to be property. King Henry VIII could have owned me if he wanted me, and my dad would have never been able to say no without being beheaded. I know. I read. I watch The Tudors. It's 2023. We know things about the family dynamic. We know things about marriage. And we know that people aren't even putting up with a lot in marriage anymore because we don't have to.
And why would you say, sure, I'll give you 4 years worth of college money for your wedding? Why
For
are
a
you
wedding.
having a wedding so expensive? Why
I
is
thought
a wedding that expensive? A marriage license is like $30. Have a
I,
party.
I thought that barn weddings were getting really trendy. How expensive can a barn be?
I don't know, but this poor baby now feels not only like they aren't loved, but also that they have no value in the family. Like, how shitty of you, mom and dad, to make I'm not an idiot like my mother thinks feel like an idiot. That is bad parenting. That's the kind of shit that should be investigated.
And you know how I know that they're not an idiot? Because somehow through the algorithm gods, they found us.
There's that.
And they sent us an email, and it was pretty well written, okay? I know a lot of idiots. I know a lot of idiots that get further than they need to go. This wasn't it. They deserved to at least have a realistic conversation about what money and funding looks like, because I'm so fucking sick and tired of everybody being so goddamn secretive about their money and what's actually realistic in their life.
And give this child the option to make a decision about their life, whether or not you think that they will be successful at a university, a junior college. That's not your decision to say. You designated, dog-eared, set aside some funds for this child to pursue higher education should they choose. And then you said, nah, it ain't it. They're dumb. That's fucked.
We hired a really great goddamn DJ with your tuition money.
Mm-hmm.
What? No, because here's the thing. We know marriages aren't forever, but my constant need for a job that pays me well enough so I can have groceries, that is forever.
That is forever. And the networking opportunities that child could have used had they gone to university with the money you promised, or even offering them those funds to relocate, say, to a different city to learn more about themselves. The point is you invested in the wrong kid.
And here's the thing. I think if you can invest in one, you can fucking invest in all of them. So we always want to talk about equality, equity, or, fairness in this stupid land that we stole. But no one actually wants to put the numbers to papers to make it work out, to do the calculator math that the calculators on our fucking phones, to be like, this is what you get, this is what you get, fucking do what you do with it.
And I'm willing to bet that this sibling who had their wedding paid for with our sweet letter writers' college funds also had their college paid for by mommy and daddy.
Ooh, doesn't that fucking stain? But and I bet you that our new friend, our write-in, has one of those relationships with their parents where there's a lot of leaning. There's a lot because they're trapped in the town. They're trapped in the town.
You're so excited. Maybe, I don't know. But the option to remove the option for future stability of your child, again, you should be investigated.
And it's not even
child abuse.
It's a child abuse and it's neglect. And it's not even like there was a fire or a tsunami or a zombie or lava or a plague. There was a wedding cake.
And what's going to happen to those photos now?
I bet the wedding cake was dry.
I bet the food was awful.
No one wants that really weird cream with the mushrooms on chicken. No one wants it.
I bet the DJ was terrible.
I bet you he played R. Kelly remix to Ignition.
This is such a heinous crime. We must investigate.
We must investigate.
I can't. This poor dear, this poor darling.
So many drunk cousins doing the electric slide. And for what? And for what?
Only to have a divorce 8 months later.
Jules, I don't have very much more to say to these neglectful assholes who are also liars.
Neither do I, because it's not appropriate for air.
It's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. It'll drive me to violence. And Jules has begged me to stop throwing things.
I don't like violence.
You've been drama dumped.
Drama dumped.
Ooh, okay.
That
I
felt
get it.
good.
I know. I get it. People are probably very shocked that I don't enjoy a wedding because I love to, quote unquote, as the kids would call it, get down.
Yeah, getting down is fun.
I do love to get down. And
Yeah.
I come from a family who also loves to get down, shake it on a dance floor, do a little twerk, do a little booty crawl.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me getting down.
Is that? Oh,
Yeah.
look at you go. Yeah. Oh, wait, quick dab. Quick dab.
See, we're fun.
We're fun. That's why we have a show with fire. And I I get it. We all want to be in love. We all watch Cinderella. Jules watched every rom-com that I've ever heard of.
Yes, I have. I have a rom-com complex.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
I think even I could take the wedding out of it and just be like, they promised that person money and then just decided no.
This is a theme that we're seeing so far. This
It's
isn't the first time we've had somebody write in about their college funds being reallocated for something else.
it's almost like money is the root of all evil and college should be free.
College should be free.
So I think what this episode really did was it released all of this energy that we have about the need to go to college, the need to make a lot of money, the need to marry someone because of the nuclear family mindset we all got sold to in Pleasantville.
Yep.
And we've released that. And now we're making pathways for all of these new things like independence, the fall of capitalism, elected officials caring about people and making groceries free and making sure babies can read and go to college.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you know what's so much better than individualism?
Mm.
Community.
Oh my goodness. I was just thinking and telling people, thank goodness for the podcasting community, our listeners, you, our other shows. It makes you feel like you're so less alone, even when you are broke.
Right. And community is so much more fulfilling.
It's so much more fulfilling. And it really is how we create a future built on love and not a future built on submarines.
Natalie, I read somewhere recently that science says that we need 8 hugs a day.
Oh my goodness, Jules. And I know how hard it is for you to do science because they
Science.
never taught you at
I
school.
went to school that didn't teach real science. So, with the science telling us we need 8 hugs a day and the perpetuation of the need for individualism, how are we supposed to be fulfilled if we are alone? We don't have the option for 8 hugs a day if we are alone. How do we get these 8 hugs? By building a community.
My beautiful cat Penelope, who won't let me make her an influencer on Instagram, and yet when I try to hug her close, she does want to slit my throat with her very sharp claws that she will not let me cut.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I bet it's different at your house with your dog.
Oh, my dog is very loving and snuggly.
And I've also noticed that this capitalistic drive and this need to be individuals and strong has not only created a loneliness epidemic, but I also notice that not very many people are actually open to hugging and showing physical affection to their friends since the pandemic. You know what, listeners? We're so glad you're here. If you resonated with the story, drop a comment. We'll yell at someone in the comments in all caps on your behalf. Or better yet, use the email in the show notes to write to us. And we'll share your story on air and make sure that we yell at your loved ones because we get it. You can't be doing all that.
No, it's hard. We're here for you.
We're here for you. It's our calling.
It's our calling.
And that's my friend Julia Washington.
And that's my friend Natalie Katona.
And this has been Drama Dump.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Hey everyone, it's Natalie, and we forgot a couple of things. So we forgot that we have 2 other shows. Well, we have two. We work on another one together, and then we both have our own shows. So that means 3. We actually have 3 other shows that we need to plug. My show is called To All the Men I've Tolerated Before. It's about everyday misogyny. It is what fuels my rage. You're going to want to find that at Men I've Tolerated Pod on Instagram, or find me on Instagram. It's Natalie K124.
I actually have 2 more shows. I have Pop Culture Makes Me Jealous, where we analyze pop culture through the lens of race or gender, and sometimes both. And I also host Jelly Pop's Book Club, where we read book-to-screen adaptations and compare them to their screen counterparts. You can find all of that on Instagram and TikTok. Pop Culture Makes Me Jealous, Jelly Pop's Books. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, the Julia Washington.
And hey, you're looking at all of this information because it is either on your screen or in your show notes. So we get it. Just click on the links. Click on the links. We need you to click on links. We have newsletters. Jules had a whole show that I forgot about because it was new and I haven't been on it yet. We're on each other's shit all the time. Our show that we do together is called Still Comfy. We look at comfort movies and we decide, are they still good? George of the Jungle? Maybe not so much. Ever After? Yeah. That's going to be on both of our YouTube channels, To All the Men I've Tolerated Before and Pop Culture Makes Me Jealous. You're going to click on the playlist that says Still Comfy. We share that show. In every social media outlet you could ever want us to be on, there will be a link. That link will take you to things like our merch, our ways to subscribe to this show and our other shows. It will take you to the Still Comfy playlist and to all of the ways to find us on all social media and Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. That's the one we like getting DMs from. Natalie K124, The Julia Washington, Pop Culture Makes Me Jealous, 2 Men I've Tolerated Pod. Just
Jelly
go.
Pop's Books.
Jelly Pop's Books. Just go. What are you doing? You don't love TikTok? Jules, one more time, show them that email that we've got where they can send us stories. And if you want us to scream at you, we will do that. You just have to comment in the comments or leave us a 5-star review and tell us what you want us to scream at you at. We get it. Some people like to be screamed at. Not Jules.
Not me. I don't like loud noises.
She doesn't like loud noises or she doesn't like violence. I like taking part in both.
That's why we're a good team.
We'll see you next time.